Hello, third graders. Today we're going to subtract three-digit numbers. And while we do that, we want to keep in mind this question. How are the operations of subtraction and addition related? Remember, we talked about inverse operations. That means that they can undo each other. Why do we care about this? Well, that means we can check our answers to our subtraction problems by using addition. And then we can check our answers to our addition problems by using subtraction because they are inverse operations. So let's get started with some subtraction today. A very quick review here. These directions say to tell whether an estimate or an exact answer is needed, and then solve. Now remember, if we're going to estimate, we're going to see the words round or about how many as keywords. So let's read this question and see if we can see any of those keywords. It says the school van holds 24 students. Mrs. Lazo has 9 girls and 17 boys in her class. Will the van hold all of the students in the class? If we're using our cubes word problem strategy, I always underline my question first. Even though the U comes second, I always look for that question mark and I say, what are they asking me to solve here? And the question here is, will the van hold all of the students in the class? We can't take a guess. We have to do some math to figure out that answer. So what are we going to need here? Do we have any keywords? Do we see the word estimate in this question right here? I do not see the word estimate. Do we see the word round? Nope. Do we see about how many? No. Since we do not see any of those keywords, that means we are not going to be estimating. There will be no rounding here. We're going to be using the exact numbers in this word problem to find an exact answer. So now we have to decide what numbers do we need, and we're going to put boxes around them. Well, we need to know how many students this van holds, so we need the 24. And we're also going to need to know how many students are in the class in order to know if they can all fit in the van. Well, this question doesn't outright say how many kids are in the class, but it does tell us there are 9 girls and 17 boys. So if I were to put the girls together with the boys, that's going to give me the total amount of students in her class. In math, when we put things together, when we put numbers together, that means we're going to add to put things together. So 7 plus 9 is 16. We group the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So Mrs. Lazo has 26 students in her class. Let's come back to the question. Will the van hold all of the students in the class? Well, if the van only holds 24 and she has 26 students, the answer to that is no, it will not. Let's move forward with today's lesson, subtraction with regrouping. So we start with Sebastian, and he has saved $762. I wrote that down here, 762, and I also built that number with place value blocks. I want you to get used to seeing these numbers in your head with place value blocks. Then as we're regrouping, you'll be picturing what we're doing in your mind as we work with the numbers on paper. So he saved $762. He spends $395 on summer vacation. How much money does Sebastian have left? Here we go with that cube strategy again. I'm looking for my question. What am I going to underline? What do they want to know here? They want to know how much money does Sebastian have left. I see a question mark, and that word how is a question word, so that also helps me to know here's the question I'm trying to solve. So I underline that. Now I'm going to look to circle any keywords. Do I have any keywords that are going to help us to know what we need to do here? Well, the words have left are actually keywords that anytime we see those, that's going to tell us that we're going to subtract to find that answer. Also, if he's starting with $762 and he spends $395, when you spend money, that means it goes away. You lose it. Well, in order to lose things in math, you subtract to get rid of them. So in this problem, we're going to subtract 762 minus 395 to find out how much money Sebastian has left. So I've boxed my numbers. I'm going to go ahead and cross that off. I've evaluated. That was deciding what I needed to do to solve this. Here comes the hard part. We start with the ones. We only have 2 ones here. In this number 762, we have 7 hundreds, 6 tens, and 2 ones. 762. We have 2 ones, and this problem wants us to take 5 away. If we only have 2, we cannot take 5 away. So what we're going to do is regroup to get some more ones. We're going to take one of the tens, and when we do that, that's only going to leave 5 left. So to show that over here, I'm actually going to try to use my finger here. I'm going to take one of the tens, we're regrouping it, and in its place, we're going to get 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops, 8, 9, 10. And I want to show that here in the problem as well. I no longer have only 2 ones. Instead, I regrouped, I brought over 10 more here. There were already 2 here though. So when we put the 10 with the 2 that were already here, we now have 12 ones. And now that we have 12 ones, we can easily take 5 away. So we'll just cross them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are left with 12 minus 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let's go to our tens. We have 5 tens, and it wants to take 9 away. We can't do that. We only have 5. So we're going to regroup again. This time we're going to go over to the hundreds. We're going to take one of those hundreds. It's important that you always just take one. Okay, so we're going to regroup, which is also renaming. And in place of that, we're going to get 10 tens. 1, 2, oops, oh, come on, 3, 4, doesn't want to come, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whoops, 10. Now I have plenty of tens. I need to show that with my numbers. I regrouped one of the hundreds. That's why we put that up there. We renamed it in its place. We got 10 tens. There were already 5 here though. So when we put the 10 with the 5 that were already here, that now gives us 15 tens. Now that we have 15, we can take 9 of them away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 15 minus 9 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we go to our hundreds. We have 6 hundreds. They want us to take 3 away. That we can do. 1, 2, 3. How many are left? 3. Sebastian has $367 left. This time, remember we've been talking about inverse operations, how we can use addition to check our subtraction work. That's what we're going to practice in this question. So let's start with our ones place. Okay, we only have, I want you to picture those place value blocks this time, all right? Picture you have 4 ones, and they want us to take 8 away. If we only have 4, we can't take 8 away. So we're going to regroup one of those tens. We're only going to take 1, so that's going to leave 5. When we regroup it, it breaks apart. Picture one of those tens blocks breaking apart into 10 ones. However, you already have 4 here. So when you put the 10 with the 4 that you already have here, you now have 14 ones. Now, 14 minus 8 equals 6. 5 minus 3 equals 2. 7 minus 1 equals 6. Now for inverse operations, to check our work, we're going to take the answer that we think is correct, 626. We're going to use the inverse operation, which is the opposite of subtraction. So we're going to add to our middle number, and let's see what we get. 6 plus 8 is 14. Regroup the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 more is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 764 is exactly where we started. That means our answer of 626 is correct. Let's try just one more. Now this time we're going to have to regroup twice. So we always start with our ones. Picture those little blocks in your mind. We have 4 ones. They want you to take 7 away. No matter how good at math you are, if you only have 4 of something, you can't take 7 away. So we're going to come next door and we're going to regroup. We always just take 1, but they only had 1. So that's going to leave them with none. We'll worry about that in a minute. We regrouped 1 there, so we bring it back. Remember, it always breaks apart into 10. There's already 4 here, though. So when we bring that 10 over, we put it with the 4 that's already here. We now have 14. And now we can subtract. 14 minus 7 equals 7. Now we're left in the tens. We have no tens, but we need to take 5 away. So we're going to regroup again. We're going to go over to the hundreds. We're going to just take one of those hundreds. Always just take 1. That leaves 5 there. It always is going to break apart into 10. Well, since there's nothing here, when we bring 10 over, that's all there is. So now we have 10 of them. 10 minus 5, we can now subtract. And 5 minus 4 equals 1. Let's practice with those inverse operations checking it. I think the answer is 157. We're going to do the opposite inverse operation. So we're going to add to our middle number, 457. And let's see what we get. 7 plus 7 is 14. That's a double. 5 plus 5 is another double, is 10, and 1 more is 11. We regroup. 4, 5, 6. And it's a little tricky to see what our original answer was because I crossed so many things out. 614 is what we started with, so that means our answer is correct. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to let you go ahead and practice some of these for homework, and we'll go over some more in class as we learn subtracting 4-digit numbers next time. Good luck!